I almost wore this shirt. This would have been perfect today.
Oh boy.
My Rootin' for Putin shirt. I think I think we had that made like 2 years ago, and it's aged pretty well.
And it
I've
still
only
continues, all the
It still
nonsense.
continues. The Tucker Carlson Vladimir Putin interview came out yesterday. I mean to listen to the whole thing. I think I only got through 10, 15 minutes of it. But like you were saying before, it is dense and dry.
Yeah, it's pretty arduous. It's one of those, like, you have to be interested in what's going on to really sit down and listen to that whole thing. Uh, not
It's like a
not a lot of
college
jokes.
course. No, 0 jokes. And God, how much pressure is that interpreter under?
Oh my
Because I'm
God.
sure he was so thoroughly vetted. They probably had to do a rectal scan of him and
Oh yeah.
Tucker and everybody.
And I bet there was just a gun to his head too to make sure he gets everything right over there. You don't want
Holy
to
shit.
misquote Putin.
At one point, this was a clip I saw, Putin called out. He was like, "Oh, well, I heard that you, wanted to be in CIA, Mr. Tucker Carlson, but they did not let you in. Good for them." And then there was this moment where Tucker's face, like, all the color leaves his face, and
Oh,
he
why
has
didn't he
no
just bring up? He goes, "Well, you were in the KGB, so
Yeah.
like, what do you want from me?"
Can you imagine interviewing like, he gets all my respect for just going over there and
Yeah,
interviewing the guy.
that's a big get for an
That
interview.
is a huge get.
And
You
and
should
even though it was a little difficult to watch for the layman, it got millions, tens of millions of views.
64,000,000 views.
Crazy. So, you know, uh, all his detractors and the people that are calling him a Putin puppet and all that. Bottom line is, he got more views than all the news station shows put together. So, who's winning and who's losing here? Honestly,
He's absolutely winning. His hair looked great the whole time. Uh, they weren't even sitting in comfortable chairs. I would
no,
you know
I can't imagine anything is comfortable over there. Like, Russia still has that reputation of, no toilet paper, people stand in line for American blue jeans. Like, I still just think that when I think of Russia.
He had some interesting points. Yeah, it really does seem like you have to listen to it like a college course. Like, I gotta listen to it again,
Yeah,
slower. I have to
take
take
notes.
notes.
Yeah.
And like, he asked his first question, he's like, "Let me give you a little bit of history lesson, okay, Mr. Tucker?" And then for 20, 30 minutes, he's just going off with, like, autistic, recollection of Russian history, and, like, how do you even jump in and, like, correct course with him? He would, like, clear his throat and be like, "Anyway, can you just, I lost track of where we are in history." He's like, "Yes, of course, you silly boy, you're so stupid. American media controls all of European media. Don't you know this?" And I just be like,
Yeah, it was like a history class. The guy is very knowledgeable about world history and Russian history. You're not going to catch him on something where he doesn't remember the name of a country or a leader, or something like our great leader does on an hourly basis. He can't remember the names of leaders of countries who are still alive, who've been dead since the 90s. He's recollecting speaking with people that have been dead for decades.
"Can't."
And then you got Putin, who's just, like you said, autistically knowledgeable about world and Russian history, and spells out the conflict between Russia and Ukraine like perfectly.
Mhm.
That's why there is a conflict. You could say what's right or wrong or whatever, but he does know why they are fighting over there.
Each time I get facelift, I remember more and more about my country's history.
He is an alpha, though. He is
Oh,
definitely one of
yes.
those alphas.
Lots of BDE, and now finally they have the case of like, well, we're not going to we're not going to charge Biden for having all those documents at his different houses and in
Oh,
basements because he's too mentally feeble. And then, of course, we have like the GOP going, well, and most people going,
yeah.
well, if he's too feeble to be charged, then isn't he too mentally feeble to be president? They're
Yeah.
just gonna string it out as long as they can. They're like, fuck, we truly have no one else. We gotta get Big Mike to fucking
Oh,
push down his dick
my-
for a little longer. Bind it up, get Gavin Newsom ready. I think they're scrambling.
this could be that first foray into getting him out of there. Is the
Mm.
Justice Department calling him out for, it's sort of a backhanded, not compliment, but excuse. Like, hey, look, we'd love to charge him and put him through the ringer like we are Trump. But hey, he's old. We all know he's got Alzheimer's. I mean, let's just leave him alone. And it's like, yeah, I'm old and I have Alzheimer's, so leave me. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey!
Yeah. And then I guess Peter Ducey asked him about it on the news, and he got Alzheimer's belligerent. It was like a son asked for his keys, like he can't drive anymore because he ran stop signs and he forgot where he was driving to. He got all belligerent. My memory's just fine. Yeah.
It's not a good look to be getting this angry this often. It's
No. It's such a typical Alzheimer's thing. Like that's what happens. It's not just they don't just forget things. They have these little outbursts of anger, especially when they're called out on their illness. So, he's just showing more and more how he is affected by some type of dementia. And, his followers and supporters just will not say that he's got an issue. Yeah.
the I don't know how they're gonna turn angry Biden and make it cool like they did with dark Biden. I just don't think it has the
Well,
same
I,
marketability.
I gotta give him credit. That slow motion with the aviators, putting the aviators on, and him walking in slow mo. That's all they could do now
That's
to
all they can do.
even try to make him look relevant or like a leader. Slow motion, aviators on, and anything past that, he's a blithering idiot.
They've spent they swiped the aviator card, I think, too many times. It's at
Oh
this
yeah,
point, it's their
absolutely.
only
But
move.
nothing else works. You can't look at those hazy cataract dead eyes and
Gl
see someone you want to
Glazy,
vote for.
cloudy, unhealthy, squinty,
Yes.
little beady eyes. Let's
That
see,
that
is
Bill Cosby eye.
oh, they're just slowly closing up, going towards sweet, sweet death. Let's see what he says
Forrest the
here.
Forrest
Page of some
Whitaker
language
eye.
and report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died.
How dare you?
How in the hell dare he raise that?
Oh,
Frankly, when I was asked
He's
the
going with the
question, I
"How
thought to
dare you"
myself,
response.
wasn't any of
hey.
their damn business. I'm well-meaning and I'm an
So he gets to mention his son's death whenever it suits him, but if somebody else brings it up, it's "How dare
elderly
you."
man. I
Right.
know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally out.
Is your memory?
Oh, this
and
is
can you
Ducey.
continue as president?
Yeah.
My memory is so bad, I let you speak.
He's a little crowd work.
Now look, my memory is not good. My memory is fine.
Okay,
Oof.
that's not as outbursty as some of the
No,
other
but
ones that are out there.
it's denial.